Talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence wins championships. This is said, of course, by Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time. I think that it's pretty easy to agree that he has definitely been the greatest in his field, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. And he said this, and he was referring to, of course, winning NBA championships. When he said this in a book, he was quoted in saying, came out in 1994, and at that time he'd already won 3 NBA championships for the Chicago Bulls, or not for, but with the Chicago Bulls, right? It takes teamwork, people working together to win championships. So, love this idiom, love this expression. Have not really used it, I don't think, on purpose very often, but there's so many things that it says, there's so many things in it, there's so many messages, I guess I call them loaded words. The words we use, what things mean, and what they mean to us is what's really important with respect to this. This idiom applies to winning championships, meaning winning anything, winning at business, winning at supersizing our business, winning at life, having success, just as much as it does apply to basketball games, basketball championships. But the key is, it's up to each and every one of us to apply intelligence, meaning we have the ability to apply our higher faculties to defining what things mean to us. Using our intelligence means we pick and choose and use the words and then define the words in a way that serves us, that will help us to achieve what we want better, faster, easier, more efficiently and effectively to make the world a better place. Well, I am curious, how do you define things such as success or failure? Let's run through a little thing that I learned a long time ago, but I didn't really apply it. I think I probably learned it from Tony Robbins, but I recently was in a program where it was covered again, and I've heard it a couple of times this last year, and it reminds me to do this, to define things for myself in a way that lowers my resistance and increases the possibility of me feeling the positive things I want in my life and not feeling or experiencing the things that I consider negative in my life, the things that feel bad to me. So let's look at just success and failure, for example. When we think of, or if we ask anybody, what does success mean to you? They will usually give us this huge laundry list of all of the things they have to achieve in order to feel successful. This, they have to have the fancy car, the trophy significant other, a certain amount of money in the bank, perfect children, never make a mistake, and on and on and on and on. But when we do that, how often do we actually get to experience and feel success in our lives? Not very often. I know I used to have this. I had this big laundry list of all these things I had to have in my life and in my business before I would allow myself to feel successful, before I would say, yes, this business is a success. And with failure, we normally have a huge laundry list of how easy it is to fail, right? If I don't call a customer, if I don't follow up, if I don't do what I say I'm going to do, if I make a mistake, and we have all of these, this or this or this or this or this, any possible way that we could fail. And we want to flip those things around. We want to make it impossible to feel like we're a failure, and we want it to be easy to feel like we're experiencing success. Why? Because if we feel good about something we experience more often, we create more of that automatically in our lives. We go out and we seek and we find it. So there's a really simple way to do this. We get to decide and define success and failure for ourselves. And this is just 2 words that I'm using as an example. You can apply this in any area of your life, and not in any area of your life, but how you define anything. I guess you can apply it to any area of your life as well. But anything you want to feel more of, think of ways of defining it as this or this or this or this. And that way you can experience that positive thing over and over again. So if I define success, I want to make it easy for me to feel success. And I use the word or, and I have all different possibilities of feeling success. Say if I have a positive money in the bank, if I have money in my purse, money in the bank, money in my investments or in my business, if I am present, if I spend time with my kids, quality time with my kids, and I'm not thinking about work while I'm spending time with my kids, I call that success. So if I do anything to move myself toward one of the goals or objectives in any area or aspect of my life, I call that success. So now success is this or this or this or this, and I can experience little successes all the time. Do this with gratitude. I do it with thankfulness. I do it with blessings. I do it with feedback. I do it with anything. So it's easy to feel successful in positive things in my life by using or and making it little things automatically give me that little hit of success. Now for failure, it is pretty much virtually impossible for me to feel failure when I define it this way. Failure, we add and to our definition of failure. And you can make up whatever you want, but say my definition now is the only way I can feel failure is if I absolutely positively learn nothing from the experiences that I have in my life. And I mean zero, zip, nada, nothing. Now that's just my current definition, but to begin my definition, to make it really, really impossible to experience failure, I had to quit and not ever try anything. I had to be negative every day, every minute of every day for 90 days, and I had to not learn anything from any experience that I had. I had to not even try or I had to be negative every day for a year. It was like this huge definition, and that became failure for me. But it was this thing and this thing and this thing and this thing and this thing. And by just using and flipping the words and or around in my definition of positive and negative things, it had a huge impact on my life. We can do the same thing with anything. We can do it with any of our beliefs that we want to get rid of. We can use the and define them in a way that makes them makes them impossible to experience. And then for positive emotions and positive things that we want to feel, success, and any other thing that we want to feel positive in our business and growing our business and in our life, we can add the or thing too, so that we make it easy for us to experience it. I'm not sure I'm doing a great job in explaining this, but it is such a little thing and a simple thing that we can do that I guarantee will have a positive impact on our life, because we have the intelligence and the ability to define things the way we want. Everything on the planet. We can define pens and soap and coffee, what it means to us. And it's always the most important thing is what it means to us. We can make anything work for us or against us depending on how we define it. So that's what Michael Jordan reminded me of today, and I wanted to share that. Any questions, hit me up, because I'd love to talk about this more with anybody that's interested. Otherwise, share in the comments below. You know, as we start out our businesses, we start out, a lot of us, as sole proprietors. We have an idea, and then we start building and building, and we bring people in, which requires teamwork. If we ever want to grow and scale our business beyond just us, it always involves other people. And frankly, every business involves other people. You have to have at least one person offering something and another person accepting that offer for business to be transacted. So if we think we're going to succeed alone, it's very naive. And we need to define for ourselves things like talent, wins, games, business, teamwork, championships, intelligence. We get to decide what each of those things mean. And I say if you want to experience more of them, use or, make it easy to experience them. If you want to experience less of it, use and make it impossible to feel those things. Have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow. Another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? How much you use it in your business, maybe even in your life today. Take care.